She says she has over $200,000 in the bank. I said, in the bank? For what? She said it's safe. She's worked hard to save it. I said, do you like your money? Because you're losing it. You just don't know it. You just gotta do it scared. A hairdresser I've been to a few times gave me the okay to share this story in hopes it wakes someone else up. Your money is basically rotting in the bank and you don't even know it. Beautiful sir and madam, like this video, hit that subscribe button and boost. I don't know, YouTube's always coming up with something cool. You can boost the video so that this gets in front of someone who needs to hear this. Because somewhere in between the wash and the blow dry, let's call her Kayla. Kayla says to me, yeah, the banks are even lucky I trust them. It took me a minute to save that up. I'm just stacking up right now. And I asked her, stacking up for what? See, I didn't really get a clear answer, but she went on to say that she knows she needs to be doing something with her money, but doesn't really trust or really know what to do. And honestly, I like being able to see it, she says. I like being able to see it. I'll come back to this. You have to see what I found. See, that idea is one of the most common and most costly financial comfort traps that exists, and she is not alone. You're the hardworking hairstylist, nurse, contractor, small business owner, people making real money with their hands and their skills, who's built up real savings and has no idea that the account you feel safest in is actually working against you every single day. You've done the hard part. You showed up. You've sacrificed. You've stacked up. You've done what most people in your family never had a chance to do. And now, the very place that you trusted to hold what you built is quietly costing you the future you worked for. See, that's the thing that nobody warns you about. Trying to play it safe, it has a cost. See, the first lesson we learn about money is to save it. Keep it somewhere safe. Don't spend it all. And that lesson is not wrong. It's just incomplete because saving is the base. And most people were just not shown what comes after the base. So here you have the money sits and it looks impressive. It feels safe, but quietly without any warning, it's shrinking. See, the number stays the same. So if you don't know how inflation works, you might not connect the dots. Yes, your interest might grow a little with a good rate, but what that money can actually do over time, what it can buy, what it can build. You ever hear people say, they mention an amount and they're like, oh, $5,000 back in the 60s is like having $55,000 today. And you ever thought, well, how's that possible? That's kind of crazy. But have you ever thought what that actually means? I really want you to understand how simply inflation works and how it impacts you and I. So that means that the same groceries, the same bills, the same life that $55,000 covers today, that same life only cost $5,000 back in the 60s. The dollar didn't just like magically disappear, it just got weaker. So let me bring it closer to home for Kayla, right? Here she has 200 stacks in the bank. Let's be good and assume that she has it in a high yield savings account. It's earning her about 3 or 4%. But after inflation runs its current course, you have to understand that even her, she's barely breaking even. So in a regular savings account, barely even earning anything, she's losing ground and momentum every single month. Once again, the number looks the same on the account, but what it can actually do, what it can actually buy, what sort of freedom it can create, that is shrinking. So that same thing is happening to the money that's sitting in your savings account that has nothing to do with your emergency fund or your living expenses. By the way, if this resonates with you, we talk about this and setting yourself up for success when it comes to investing the right way, long-term, ETF investing. Every Thursday, 8 p.m., I have a live investing masterclass. I'll put the link in the description. You just got to sign up and come chat up with me. But let me finish this first. So when I tell you don't save a large chunk of money in savings and call it safe, I'm trying to get something across because that indecision will cost you more than you think. So I continue to chat it up with Kayla and she says, Rosie, what if I put it somewhere and I lose it? I worked too hard for this. I cannot afford to start over. I felt that. So because I've been there, starting from nothing, starting from the negative. But that fear is the voice of every person in her family, in our family, who ever got burned. Every story she heard growing up about someone who ended up trusting the wrong thing and lost their investment. So it's almost like she's used it as protection, or at least she thinks it has. But here's what I told her, because I can't sit still while you're losing value in the market. There's a difference between risk and recklessness. And most people who are scared of investing have never been shown how to tell the two apart. See, when you're building from nothing, you can easily fall for the promise of riches with a reckless investment, thinking you're going to quickly trade your way into wealth, thinking you're going to quickly invest into the stock and it's going to turn 5K into 50K into $500,000. But when you're in the moment, you don't think of it as a reckless decision. But you'll be blown away at the number of messages that I receive in my DMs of folks losing money, investing in a meme, or trying to catch some company before it like explodes and goes to the moon so that you can ride with it. Here's the thing. Reckless looks like putting money into something that a stranger might have pitched to you on social media. Reckless looks like investing in a single stock because you found a group chat somewhere that said, this is how it's about to pop. This is how we're going to be building that wealth, that legacy. Reckless looks like chasing something that you cannot turn around and explain to the next person what it is that you've invested yourself in. Strategic, however, looks like owning a piece of the entire market through a diversified ETF portfolio, something that is backed by decades of historical data, something that you can easily understand, something with a clear plan for what you do when the market dips. That is the difference. Stewarding your money properly means investing with a strategy, with rules, with a clear understanding of what you own and why. That's not gambling. You're building something. Here's a rosy rule that I follow with investing that I had to learn the hard way. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. If someone sells you an investment and you cannot explain what it is you're investing in, what your fees are, what your projected return is based on historical returns, what happens when the market dips, how accessible you are to your money, you don't have any business investing in it. Over here, we don't throw money at complicated investments, okay? Just because it sounds good, just because some celeb is doing it, just because somebody on social media showed you a fancy life. We don't chase what is hot in the market today. We learn, then we build a foundation, and that is how we win. Because it was exactly that same way that I used to build an ETF portfolio, that it reached a point where I was easily able to take those profits and leverage it into building a real estate portfolio worth over $1.5 million. Didn't happen overnight, didn't happen in 90 days. A few years, yes, but a few years, oh, how time moves so quickly that your whole financial life can look completely different. But you're trying to chase a quick win and you keep hitting it, losing. At what point? At what point do you wake up and realize this is impacting your mental health? This is impacting your ability to see and understand how investing truly works. It's time we change our narrative around how we build wealth within our community. See, the goal is never to be fearless. You got to do it scared, but that's why I'm here to keep you informed. Because you got to be informed enough that the fear stops making your decisions for you. So then Kayla goes on to say, but I wouldn't even know where to start. How do I even know I'm not going to get taken advantage of? There's so many people out here that are trying to get money out of people who look like me. And she's not wrong about that either. There is literally history that shows there are predatory financial products targeting our communities. You might hear a celebrity invested in something and then up you go trying to go do it too. Do you know their net worth? Do you know their full investment picture? Do you know what losses they've taken that they never posted about? Yet you plan to do the same thing. We have to use discernment with these decisions. Not every opportunity that finds you was sent for you. So overall, I understand why she hasn't moved. And she's not alone. When you don't know who to trust, sometimes not moving feels like the safest option. But here's what I need you to understand. Not moving is also a decision. And that decision has consequences just like any other decision. Every month that $200,000 sits in that account is a month of growth that you will never get back. Time is the most powerful wealth building tool, and time does not pause while you sit, wait, contemplate, discuss fear. By the way, did I tell you about the live investing masterclass? I'm hosting a live investing masterclass. If you're serious about investing this year, long term, the boring way that actually produces results that have been done many generations before you and I were born, that the wealthy invest in successfully, that I've been able to tap into to leverage in building my real estate portfolio, come Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. You just gotta sign up. I'll put the link in the description. Come as you are. Now, let me show you what that $200,000 could be doing. If she had invested that $200,000, without adding nothing else to it in a solid ETF portfolio over just the past 5 years, she's young. So let's say she did a combination of a broad market ETF, mixed it in there with other quality, but yet strong and aggressive ETFs. Let me just show you how life-changing this can be for her. And you're just sitting on the sidelines with your money just parked in a savings account. That $200,000 in just 5 years, she would be sitting on close to $400,000 right now. Just let that sink in. What savings account do you know that would give you that? You didn't go trade it and risk losing it. You just followed the market and invested in quality specific ETFs. You didn't even pick a single stock, and you didn't have to put in extra hours to go and work a job to double your money in the market in under 5 years. And you're scared to invest properly, and you're questioning whether you should trade or invest properly, and you're questioning whether you should go and buy a meme stock or Shiba Inu coin, whatever is out there nowadays, instead of investing properly your hard-earned money that's supposed to be taking care of you, your loved ones. But I'm not even done with all these realizations. The crazy part, the bank where you have your $200,000 stacked up at, that bank doesn't even believe your money should be sitting. So guess what? The bank is using your money. The bank is investing your money. The bank is lending your money and growing it. You are not seeing that growth. Here you're getting a meager whatever percent of interest on it, and you think that's the safer option. Rush right now to the bank and tell them you want your $200,000 right now. Let me know in the comments what's going to happen if you do that. So they don't believe your money should be sitting because they understand how money works. They understand certain key principles about money, but you are scared. You would rather try to flip it really quickly. And so they turn around and give you chump change and they say, thank you for allowing me to use your money. Here's 3 cents or here's $300. But did you ever think how much the bank has to make in order to even be able to make your high yield savings account interest rates? So I want you to sit with that, because what sort of life opportunities would have created for someone like Kayla? She's a hairdresser full time. She's still 5 years later, she's still a hairdresser. Beautiful. But she looked at her investment account and it had doubled in 5 years. Wow. Now is she opening up her own hair care line? Is she opening up her own real estate with hair? Is she buying properties? My goodness. Do you see how options are created because you understood the fundamentals of investing long term the right way? Or what if I hear that, hairdressers, you're constantly on your feet, your hands are tired? What if she needed to take a sabbatical? If she didn't have that investment portfolio and all she still had was about 200K, how is she going to feel confident financially to be able to even take a year off? Don't even let me go there about putting something away or building something for the next generation, because we got to even take care of ourselves. You're not even taking care of yourself properly now. So let's focus on that first. And you think this investing thing, you guys are just, you're taking it for a joke. If she had taken the growth of that 200K to go invest and do something else, guess what? She still has her base of $200,000. And guess what's happening to the base? It's still growing. Hey, I don't know what else to tell y'all about investing the right way. Investing peacefully, ETF portfolio, quality ones, consistency, time, compound interest. Hey. Anyways, that's leverage. That's how you build freedom. That's how you build wealth, because that's what I did. To be in a position where I really, really thought this corporate life was going to buy me, okay? It was going to take me out. And I said, oh, no. It was because of my investment portfolio that I woke up and I said, I have options to create a new life, that I was in the driver's seat of my career, that I can go and turn around and build a business, build something different. What would that life look like for you? And you know me, I'm always going to give you the two sides of the coin, because even if she invested in this ETF portfolio and the market dipped literally the next day, the market crashed, okay? But did you have a solid plan in place? That's why it is so critical to know what it is you're investing in. It is so critical to have a clear plan on what it is your goals are. Because what do I care if I am projecting in about 3 to 5 years to open my private practice and the market dips today? If I understand how the market has been behaving for the past 100 years, what do I care for the right now? That's why I'm not for trading if you don't understand these kind of key market dynamics. Because see, a crash is not the end for a well-informed investor. As a matter of fact, it is an amazing opportunity. Basically, you see it as these ETFs that you're buying are at a lower price. You're basically getting a discount on your quality ETFs. Wouldn't you buy more to build out your portfolio? But you don't understand how the market works long term. But you don't understand the history of what the market is, because you have to be in the game to know that. Time truly is your superpower when it comes to investing. That's a rosy roll. Think of it like this. The only way to activate that superpower of time playing in your favor is to be in the game. You're not benefiting from time being in the sidelines, peeking in to see what's going on with other people's portfolio. Oh, and back to the main idea that she was holding on. At least I know it's there. There's something so deeply comforting about being able to see your money that you worked so hard for, especially when you've grown up without financial security. See, that visible number feels like proof. It's almost like proof that you made it. Proof that you're not one emergency away from a disaster. And I'd never ask anyone to trade that peace of mind for anything. But I will ask this. What if that peace of mind is costing you? It's costing you something you don't even know you're paying. What if the comfort of seeing that number is quietly standing between you and that life where your money creates options for you, where you can leverage it to fulfill your dreams, the dreams that you can only wish for? And I get it, because you're probably thinking, I need to be able to get to my money. Okay, Rosie, I gotta get to my money when I get to it. I might have a voice. What if you didn't have to choose? Because one thing I'm gonna do is do my research for you and the platforms that I've been sharing with you, like Fidelity, okay, Mr. Charlie Schwab, okay, Schwab. They actually have accounts where you can invest in your ETF portfolio and you still be able to have a debit card connected to it. So your debit card will be connected to your settlement account when you need to use it or access it. And I think this can be pretty neat, because it's like your money is still working and you still have clear access to it. So you're not necessarily locked out of it. You are invested, but a clear step to become liquid if need be. Most people just never knew accounts like this existed because nobody sat us down and showed us what building wealth, what that truly looks like. Come to the masterclass this Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. I'll be there. Come with your questions. Come as you are. I'll put the link in the description. You just got to sign up. Will I see you there? And you know, with this season, the only thing you can do is just do it scared. Do it scared.